Our page. On our page,
Yeah, good point, but here it's got, here in this case. Department 1, 731.18.
that one started July 15th.
We just need to set a misto trial in 15 days, Your Honor.
Yeah, listen, I think so. I think he put the state draw out of another case, and that may be a fact on that. So let's just go ahead and set it within 15 days. I'll point the public defender's office to represent you.
September 18th at 9 o'clock.
All right, we have, is that Malik Diggs?
He is not here yet.
All right, not here. Oh, there he is. He arrived.
Who is Abraham Garcia?
All right, let's see what we got here. You're given a copy of a criminal complaint charging possession of invitation controlled substance with intent to sell. You do qualify for separately at the public defender's office. There was a summons that you failed to answer. That's why you were arrested.
And Your Honor, can we just tell this there's an offer that I have?
Yeah, I would say, look how you get that resolved. I'll go ahead and.
That's in custody case off the 3 month term with the 18 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, this is on for Lynn Benson.
Your Honor, if you want to recall Diggs, it looks like he's got something else that we are not going to be able to resolve it with, so we need to just say it.
All right, so we're going to have to, just a minute. So I'm going to recall then Malik Diggs. We're going to have to reset that in 15, just set it 15 days.
September 18th at 9 o'clock.
Thank you.
Okay, now we have Lynn Benson. This is on for, I don't know exactly what it's on for.
I'll turn, Your Honor. It's on Carl Arnold for Miss Benson. This is on for preliminary hearing at 9 o'clock. The state has already indicted her, so we're going to be dismissing.
Yeah. So this will be dismissed. Yeah, this Justice Court case is dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right, Chad Henley?
Yes.
Is it Henley? H-E-N?
L-E-Y.
L-E-Y, that's what I thought. All right, let's see what we have for you here, Chad.
Credit for time served would be our
All right.
recommendation.
Vagrancy, how do you plead? Guilty. Credit for time served. Then we have Gwen, P.B., Gwen.
I think that's win-win, Your Honor.
I mean, so I'm sorry, Win-win, yeah. Win-win?
Win-win was
See here?
combative, he was combative.
Let's just go ahead and give him credit for time served.
Agreed.
And release of all that.
You're up.
Okay, we have John Sawyer. Swayzer, S-W-A-Y-Z-E-R?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How long for criminal complaint?
Your Honor, the state would request 90 days.
All right, the state wants 90 days to file a criminal complaint. So you're going to be released from custody discharge. You're going to be given a 90-day date to come back. If you are not here on that date and the complaint is filed, then a no bail bench warrant will be issued and remain in custody, no bail until this matter is fully resolved. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Can I ask what's the complaint for?
What?
Complaint for what? Tell me what the charge is.
Oh, let's see. I'll read them off to you here.
Possession of credit card without owner's consent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, don't say about the case. You're going to be released. You talk to your public defender's office. I'm pointing to the public defender's office representative.
Well, you can't without him having a complaint.
Do I?
You can't without him having a complaint. And you have, and the state asked for 90 days.
90 days.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
December 3rd.
Okay. When you're appointed, when you're here, listen to me. when you're here and you're appointed in 90 days, the public defender will be appointed unless you hire an attorney to represent you. But you can discuss anything with the public defender at that time. Don't say anything about the case because everything you say is being recorded and could be used against you. So just sit down and relax.
December 3rd at 8 o'clock.
All right, we have Chad Henley.
Just to clarify, Your Honor, that was a
Oh,
credit for
that's
time
Chad,
served.
yeah, okay, all right, sorry, okay. Now we have, Cliff, Cummings? All right, for how long for a criminal complaint?
The state requests 90 days. Your
All
Honor.
right, now, Cliff, the state wants 90 days to file a criminal complaint. You'll be released from custody in this charge. Give them a 90-day date to come back. If you do not appear in that date and a complaint is filed, and no bail bench warrant be issued, you remain in custody, no bail. You understand that?
December 3rd at 8 o'clock.
This is the one, this is the one.
I think we got something.
Hold on. This is the one I gave.
Okay, so that one should be released, no charges, December 3rd.
This is the
We
one I
called, Mr. Albright. The other one was, Chad Henley that we just called.
gave.
Yes.
I gave credit for time.
He was the baker.
An abstention.
Chad
No,
is
he was
here.
here.
Oh,
but-
Chad.
Mr. Win
Oh,
Win.
yeah, you already played, gave him credit for time served,
Yeah,
right?
correct.
You played no contest, right?
No, guilty.
Oh, guilty, okay. Oh, you're, anyway.
Mr. Win Win was the same thing, vagrancy, credit for time served, but he wasn't present.
So, and Gwen and Gwen, on abstention, I gave a no contest peace charge, adjudicated guilty, and gave him credit for time served. So they should be happy. All right, Martin, is that, Bethany? Martin, are you here?
The state requests 60 days on this one.
All right, 60 days, not here, 60 days.
November 5th at 8 o'clock.
Then we have Crystal Stevenson. How long for Crystal?
60 days, Your Honor.
All right, Crystal, 60 days. So, to file a criminal complaint, make sure you're here in that date, because if a complaint is filed, you're not here, and no bail bench warrant be issued, you understand that? You'll be out.
November 5th at 8 o'clock.
All right, Jared Collins. How long for Jared?
90 days, Your Honor.
All right, state wants 90 days, Jared. So we'll give you a 90-day date to return. If you're not here on that date, the complaint's filed, and no bail bench warrant be issued. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right.
December 3rd at 8 o'clock.
All right, then we have Gideon Okapau. Akporic. Well, that's good. How long for Mr. Akporic?
30 days, Your Honor.
30 days. So, if you're not here back in 30 days and the complaint's filed, then the no bail bench warrant will be issued. You understand that?
Well, what's going to happen to me?
Well, you're going to be released.
Oh,
Oh,
thank you.
oh.
Thank you very much.
Now, you want me to explain to you what's going to happen to you?
No,
You want me to
I
explain to you what release means?
think I got it from there.
You think you got it?
Yes,
Okay, because if not, go to the dictionary and look up release.
okay,
Then you know it.
yes,
That's the order, because when you come back in 30 days, I'm going to ask you the definition of release.
yes.
All right?
October 2nd at 8 o'clock.
All right, Robert, there's a Cofield.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
How long for Robert?
90 days, Your Honor.
90 days, Robert. So you'll be released to custody. If the complaint's filed on that date, you're not here, no bail bench warrant be issued. You
I'll
understand?
be here, Your Honor.
Oh, I know you will.
December 3rd at 8 o'clock.
Mashia, is that Talbot?
Aisha.
Aisha.
Yes.
Talbot, how long for Maisha?
90 days, Your Honor.
90 days. So if you're not here in 90 days in the date and a complaint's filed, and no bail bench warrant be issued. You understand it?
And Your Honor, it appears that she was supposed to have been released on low level. I'd ask for a straight.
I don't know, she's being released, forget about it. If she's gonna just be released at nothing. When I'm releasing them, they're releasing nothing. That means no intent, no electronic monitoring, what have you.
That's what I'm requesting, thank you.
But you understand, people, if you don't come back, you're going to be a guest at the Clark County Hilton for a while. And we'll have some rooms reserved.
Yes,
All right.
and she can stay away from,
Yeah, and there's nothing here to do. So everything is now. Never happened. All right,
What was
is
the
that
December 3rd at 8 o'clock.
Ivan Morris?
Your Honor, excuse me, I'm sorry.
What?
How am I supposed to stay away from David Talbot when she's my daughter that lives with me?
You know what? There's no conditions on your release. All right, so, but you understand, if you are arrested for anything during the time, then you will be held with no bail.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Morris, Ivan Morris.
90 days, Your Honor?
90 days for you, Ivan. So make sure you appear on that date. If you don't appear on that date, then no bill back for review issue with complaint filed. You understand that?
December 3rd at 8 o'clock.
All right, Colin Bryan. Colin, how long for him?
90 days, Your
All
Honor.
right, 90 days for you. So make sure you're here on that date. If you're not here and the complaint's filed, then no bill back warrant be issued. You understand that?
December 3rd at 8 o'clock.
Yes or no? Yes. Okay. And then Ronald Mace. Good morning, Your Honor. How long for Ronald?
We don't appear to have a Ronald Mace, Your Honor. He's on for,
Well, let's see if I got the wrong name.
I have a. Yeah, we had it.
okay, brief indulgence, Your Honor.
Yeah. Just a minute, Ronald. We'll find your face.
My wife got a letter in the mail saying that the charges weren't gonna be pursued.
His wife was correct, Your Honor.
Huh?
It's denied.
Well, your lawyer was right. Make sure you pay him.
No, that was my wife that said that.
Oh, your wife said
Well, she
that.
got a letter in the mail, I guess.
Got a letter in the mail from your lawyer?
No,
Oh, from the court.
I believe so.
Oh, and your wife told you.
Yes.
Okay, well, your wife was right.
Okay.
You should still
We'll
pay
give
her.
her a nice big hug and a nice Christmas.
When I get out of custody, I will.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When you gonna get out, by Christmas?
November 27th.
Oh, well, just almost Thanksgiving time, not quite.
And Judge, I just want to make sure, did you call John Swayzer?
Yes.
Okay, and he was released the charges filed. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, we just requested a date.
December 3rd.
Correct.
Thank you.
Yeah, December 3rd, that's the 90 days. All right, we have Jerome Brown. Jerome's not here, so how long for criminal complaint?
90 days, Your Honor.
90 days. Antonio Glover.
December 3rd at 8 o'clock.
Antonio Glover, how long for criminal complaint?
That matter's been denied, Your Honor.
Denied. Nicholas, is that Coleman?
60 days, Your Honor.
60 days.
November 5th at 8 o'clock.
And we have Thomas Murphy,
90 days.
90 days. Now we have Stefan.
What's the
December 3rd
Okay.
at 8 o'clock. I'm going to send a summons.
Stefan Irwin.
The state requests 120 days, Your Honor.
120.
January 2nd. Is that a denial on Sean Evans?
Evans. Was a denial, yes.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't think he called it.
okay, thank you.
Did I call him? Did I call him or was it stuck to one of them?
He was next in order, but.
I think he got stuck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had another one that just separated, you know.
But he was a denial.
Okay. On Evans is denial.
Okay, thank you.
All right, we have Stefan Irwin.
That was the 120 days. We got a date in January.
Now, Stephen Irwin.
That's the
Stephen Irwin.
120 days.
That he may be denied.
There was a note on there to actually request 120. That was the one we just called. Keep moving forward.
Yeah, I got you.
C-track got to be denied.
There's some notes here, and it says that they're apparently still working on it. That's why they asked for January.
I'll print out this for you, but
Okay.
Well, why don't we do this? Why don't we pass this until tomorrow and get that clarified?
Okay.
I think that's the best way, because instead of 120 days not hearing a bench warrant, where it's going to be a denial, I really, let's see if we can clarify that.
Figured out now. Okay.
Let's continue this until tomorrow,
Thank you, Your Honor.
okay? So this is early, satisfactory denial. Then we have Kale, is that B-E-E-B-E?
That matter was denied, Your Honor.
Denied. Giovanni Guerrero.
The state requests 120 days.
120 days, Vietnam.
does that one need to be filed in Department 13? It's a, domestic, I mean, it's a DUI, reckless driving. Just checking.
Yeah. Yes.
What is this? It has a record driving.
Yeah, reckless driving and failed to possess driver's license.
Will they handle all those? Okay, all right.
And how far did you say?
120.
January 2nd at 8 o'clock in Department 13.
Okay. The rest of them are done. Okay, I'm going to, we got a couple of in custody recalls. One of them, yeah, Eddie McGrew.
We were bringing him back at
Oh,
the
yeah,
next
bring him
calendar
back,
because the state was
that's right.
gonna look and see if they can make him an offer.
And, yeah, we're waiting on Mr. Gill. This is yours, Mr. Dunlap.
Yes, Your
You
Honor.
want him to come back?
Your Honor, if we could bring him back.
Okay, bring him back.
And then we're still waiting for the Huntley to come.
Huntley and Bates.
And Bates was, not transported, was not transported on, Bates.
Oh, you what?
Correct.
Okay,
So I'll bring Huntley, McGrew, and Dunlap back.
okay, so let's go on the record then with, Detuan Bates was not transported from the penitentiary. He had a prelim here today. You know what we ought to do? Let's hold this out on the prelim calendar.
You'll see what his presence and initial appearance.
Yeah, may still come, I don't know. Let's just hold that out. Let's just hold that out, see what happens.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, all the rest are all taken care of?
Yes, thank you.
All right, everybody take care now. Behave yourself.
I will.
Right? Look up for these.
Look up for these. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, let's go on now on Jeremy Riggs.
Sir, the state requests 60 days, Your Honor?
6-0?
Yes, Your Honor.
November 5th at 8 o'clock, and I'll send a summons.
Then we have Anthony Raymond.
That's a denial.
That's a denial. Then we have Daniel Masquera.
The state requests 90 days.
Daniel, is that you?
Yes, sir.
All right, come on up, please. The state wants 90 days now to file a criminal complaint. So we'll give you a new date to come back. Make sure you're here on that date, because if a complaint is filed and you're not here, then the no bail bench won't be issued. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
December 3rd at 8 o'clock.
All right, Erica Helms.
Matter denied.
Okay, Marshall will give you the step here.
Is that you?
Okay. All right, how about Erica Helm?
That was a denial, Your Honor.
Erica, it's your lucky day. State's not seeking to prosecute you on the charge for which you're arrested for. You're free to go.
Thank you.
Michael Harris.
It's a denial as well, Your Honor.
Denied. And then we have John Smith.
Denial?
Denied. Then we have Julian Sells. He's here.
That's also a denial, Your Honor.
Julian, it's your lucky day. The state's not seeking to prosecute you on the charge for which you're arrested for, all right? Champion athlete. You are champion today. You won. You won. See, that shirt carries you through. All right, now we have Charles, is that still on the stove? Charles, are you here?
That was a recall.
Well, I know the charges in all public building will be resolved. Why don't we do this then? Why don't we issue a summons? I'm going to issue a summons in that one because in all public building is resolved. He's not here, then
How far?
30 days. Yeah.
October 2nd at 8 o'clock.
All right, Darian Mitchell. Mr. Mitchell, you were given a copy of a criminal complaint. Were you not? Oh no, this is up for a hearing today. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
defendant's presence and appointment counsel. Yes.
Okay. All right, the PD has withdrawn. So what we're going to do, we're going to appoint you a new attorney and give you a new date. So the attorney will be,
It will be Adam Gill.
all right, Adam Gill will be your attorney. You understand that? Now, the marshal will give you his card. Make sure you contact him, and he'll contact you also. So you get together with him and see if possibly you can resolve this case. You understand that?
Are we setting the prelim date, Your Honor?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and set it in the ordinary court.
October 23rd at 9 o'clock.
Your Honor, for the record, the Public Defender's Office is turning over discovery to Mr. Hill right now.
Okay,
Can I get a copy of the discovery?
no, your attorney has to get it.
Call your attorney.
Call your attorney. All right, Danielle Tucker. Danielle Tucker. All right, yeah, bench warrant, over for 5,000. Then we have Austin Ford.
Your Honor, I was speaking to Mr. Albright about this, and if we can trail it, or you can arraign him and then we can trail it.
Yeah, I got that here. Is Austin here? Okay. Austin, you were given a copy of criminal complaint charging you with possession of controlled substance, is that correct?
Oh, no, I'm the wrong Austin.
Austin Ford.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, I got you here, murder one.
Austin Ford. Austin, come on up.
Austin, where are you?
Right here.
Oh, well, I tell you, you almost got away with it. You almost had the substitute in there for you. All right, I'm going to arraign you in the possession of a controlled substance. I understand, and you do qualify to serve the Public Defender's Office and looking at your affidavit. So I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. And hopefully by the break, we maybe get this resolved. So just have a seat back there again, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Jeremy Klein. Sir. Jeremy, you've been given a copy of a criminal complaint charging you with possession of a controlled substance. Can you forward an attorney?
Oh, sure.
Okay. Now have you fill out a financial affidavit. Did you do it? Okay. Just a minute. I'm sure you follow that. Yeah, you do qualify, so I'm going to have to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. And we may be able to get it resolved this morning, so just have a seat back there. Thank you. And then we have Damon Aurello. Damon Orrell. Is he here? All right, he's another one. I'm going to issue something after 30 days because I'm sure it'll be resolved.
October 2nd at 8 o'clock.
Then we have Shaquan Nelson. Do we have a finance representative?
Yes.
All right, Shaquan. You'll be given a copy of criminal complaint charging you with possession of controlled substance and battery constituting domestic violence. Do we have a financial?
I'm in order.
Maybe underneath. Oh, I did it. Okay, you do qualify for the service of the public defender's office. I think because of the charges and all that, we'll just go ahead and.
No, we've got this resolved, Your Honor.
Oh, you got it resolved?
Yes, this morning, Mr. Nelson is prepared to plead no contest to the amended misdemeanor charges of possession of dangerous drugs not to be introduced into interstate commerce and simple battery. He's to either pay a $500 fine, that's $250 on each case, on each count, I'm sorry, or do 50 hours of community service, plus there is a mandatory 25 hours of community service. If he's doing all of it in community service, that's 75 hours. He's also to stay out of trouble, and there is a 30-day suspended sentence on each count to run consecutive for a total of 60 days jail if he fails to complete the requirements.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Nelson, you heard the negotiations. Are you in full agreement with these negotiations? Fully understand it.
Yes, sir.
Court's going to amend the charges now of your criminal complaint, case number 18F12149F, as to count 1, possession of a controlled substance of felony, to amend that to reflect the misdemeanor charge of possession of a controlled substance and dangerous drug not to be introduced into state commerce. As to that amended misdemeanor charge, how do you plead?
No contest.
Then I'll accept your no plea, adjudicate you guilty of the charge, so it'll be a $250 fine or 25 hours community service plus the mandatory 25 hours community service. For that charge, that'd be a total of, if you do community service for the fine, it's 50 hours, and to remain trouble-free during the pendency of the case, meaning if you do not complete the requirements in a reasonable prescribed period of time, or you're again arrested or cited for any criminal offense, you face 30 days in jail. You fully understand that, and are in full agreement?
Yes, sir.
As to count 2, battery constituting domestic violence will be amended to reflect the misdemeanor charge of simple battery. As to that charge of simple battery, then how do you plead?
No contest.
Then I'll accept the no plea to declare you guilty. Again, it'll be a $250 fine or 25 hours community service. And to stay out of trouble. That means you're again arrested or cited for any criminal offense, do not complete the requirements for a prescribed period of time. You'll have 30 days sentence in this to run consecutive with the other, meaning a total of 60 days. You fully understand that, or are you full agreement?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to give you 90 days now to complete all this. So if you're going to do community service, it's 75 hours. If you're going to pay the fine, then it's 500 plus the mandatory 25 hours community service. Marshall will give you a reference to go to the Clark County Justice Court Community Service Program that's located on the 4th floor of this building. So if you want community service, I suggest you step off the 4th floor and get signed up. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. 90 days.
December 3rd at 8 o'clock.
Then we have Fitzgerald Ross.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Fitzgerald, you've been given a copy of a criminal complaint charging you with possession of a controlled substance. Is this been resolved?
It has been, Your Honor. This morning, he's prepared to plead no contest to
I'll point the public defender's office right there. Go ahead, I'm sorry, go ahead.
This morning, he's prepared to plead no contest to an amended misdemeanor charge of possession of dangerous drugs not to be introduced into interstate commerce. He's to pay a $500 fine or complete 50 hours of community service. He's to attend, complete, and pay for the low-level drug testing class and stay out of trouble. If he fails to complete those requirements or fails to stay out of trouble, he will have to spend 30 days in the Clark County Jail.
That's correct, Your Honor.
That was 30 days?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Fitzgerald, you agree with these negotiations?
Yes.
All understand them?
Yes.
And the court's going to amend the charge of your criminal complaint, case number 18F12159X. The current charge is that of a controlled substance felony to amend that to reflect the misdemeanor charge possession of a controlled substance or dangerous drug not to be introduced into state commerce. I sue that amendment misdemeanor charges. How do you plead?
No contest.
And I'll accept your no contest plea and adjudicate you guilty of the charge. There will be a $500 fine or 50 hours community service. And then the drug constant, or you can do 20 narcotic anonymous meetings for 10. That's your option.
Okay,
You have 90 days now to complete everything.
okay,
So if you go do community service, then stop on the 4th floor and sign up in the Clark County Justice Court Community Service Program. You understand that?
yes,
And then the NA, you can go a couple, 3 times a week, and make sure you get to have them sign the document when you come back. You understand that?
yes,
Everything has to be done.
yes,
Now, if it's not done, or you again arrested or cited for any criminal offense to the pendency of the case, then you're facing 30 days in jail. You understand?
yes,
And that is being imposed today, but how it's being suspended.
yes.
December 3rd at 8 o'clock.
All right, George Taylor. George, you'll be given a copy of a criminal complaint charging you with possession of a controlled substance with intent to sell. You do qualify for service of the public defender's office. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I don't know if there's any defender's office.
It has been, Your Honor. This morning, he's prepared to plead to the amended misdemeanor charge of possession of dangerous drugs not to be introduced into interstate commerce. He's to pay a $500 fine or complete 50 hours of community service. He's to attend, complete, and pay for the low-level drug counseling class and stay out of trouble. If he fails to complete the requirements or fails to stay out of trouble, he will have to spend 60 days in the Clark County Detention Center.
Is that correct, Steve?
That's correct.
All right, George, you heard these negotiations. Are you in full agreement with these negotiations? Full understanding.
Yes, sir.
And the court's going to amend the charge in your criminal complaint, case number 18F13306X. The current charge of possession of controlled substance with intent to sell. To amend that to reflect that, not the felony charge, to amend that to reflect the misdemeanor charge of possession of controlled substance with dangerous drugs not to be introduced into state commerce. As to that amended misdemeanor charge, then how do you plead? Then I'll accept your no contest plea and adjudicate you guilty of the charge. So it'll be a $500 fine or 50 hours community service. Your choice. The low-level drug counseling or to attend 20 narcotic anonymous meetings. That's your option. And to remain trouble-free during the pendency of the case. Meaning, if you do not complete the requirements in the prescribed period of time, or if you're again arrested or cited for any criminal offense during the pendency of the case, you face up to 60 days in jail for the 60-day jail sentence being imposed today, how being suspended. Do you fully understand that? Or are you in full agreement?
Yes, sir.
Now, while you're here, if you will do community service, then sign up at the Clark County Justice Court Community Service Program that's located in the 4th floor of this building. You understand that? So I'll give you 90 days. Everything has to be done.
December 3rd at 8 o'clock.
All right, we have Philip Morris. Philip Morris. Remember the old ad of cigarettes? Philip Morris? Before your time. All right, Philip, let's see. You're given a copy of a criminal complaint charging you with possession of a stolen vehicle. You do qualify for the service of the public defender's office. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. So go ahead and set this down.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we're going to set this down for a hearing in ordinary court.
October 23rd at 8 o'clock.
Hey, Philip, you filled out a blue sheet, did you not?
Yeah.
All right, if you have any changes in your address or telephone number, make sure you advise the public defender's office so they have current information all the time to reach you.
All right.
If they come back in that day and say they tried to reach you and they couldn't, they are remanded to custody. You understand that?
All right, thank you.
If you feel, you listen to me? Then you want to know what happens to it. Then if you fail to show up in that date, then the no bail back warrant will be issued. You understand that?
All right.
All right. Hey, champion, you're back. Oh, you forgot your hat. You got so nervous there, you lost your hat. All right, Robert Stringer and Troy Hipple. All right. Mr. Hippo, and you're Mr. Stringer. You've both been given copies of criminal complaints charging you with possession of a stolen vehicle.
You just finished.
Okay.
One of them just said they haven't received a copy.
They both have PDs, so I'm gonna have private counsel.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Mr. Stringer, you do qualify for the service of public defender's office, so we'll have a point,
So you're appointing PD on which one?
Stringer.
I thought
They both have.
that
They both have, they have to be,
Yes, so
both
they
have
both
public,
have to.
yeah.
Okay, so send it on, okay, send it on A, and then we'll appoint.
No,
No.
no, we have to take them off because they represented both.
You guys gotta keep it down. We're in
Okay,
session,
so it'll
okay?
be Marty Hart for Robert Stringer
Okay,
and Mr. Arnold for Troy Hickel.
okay, do we have an affidavit?
We'll need the Troy Hickel with that one.
Okay. But fill it out, I'll point it anyway, so, anyway, now, the marshal's going, listen, guys, marshal's going to give you the cards of your respective attorneys. Now, it's up to you to contact them and tell them that, you know, he's been appointed to represent you. And in all probability, they will try to contact you also. Now, make sure that you maintain contact with your attorney. If you have any changes in address, telephone numbers, advise your attorney so he has current information all the time to reach you. Make sure you appear on the date now that we're going to set the hearing for, because if you're not here, then a no bail bench warrant will be issued, and you remain in custody, no bail until this matter is fully resolved. Now, you understand that, Robert?
I do, Your Honor.
And Troy?
Yeah, I do, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll set the hearing date in ordinary course.
October 23rd at 9 o'clock.
All right, we have Gregory Chambers. Gregory, you're going to give him a copy of a criminal complaint charging you with assault with a deadly weapon and discharging a weapon where a person might be in danger. You do qualify for the service of the public defender's office. Appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and we'll go ahead and set your time within ordinary court.
October 23rd at 9 o'clock.
Now, did you fill out a blue sheet?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any changes in your address and telephone numbers?
No,
Make
sir.
sure you, I just listen to me. Make sure you advise the public defender's office of those changes so they have current information all the times to reach you. You understand that? Also, make sure you appear on the date that's given to you. If you do not appear on that date, then no bill bench warrant will be issued. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
October 23rd at 9 o'clock.
Then we have Thomas Schreiner. Thomas Schreiner. Bench warrant $5,000.
Yeah.
Then we have Miguel Luna Garcia. We need the Hispanic interpreter. And I don't know, do we have a Hispanic interpreter?
I'll call them right now.
Okay, just have a seat there because we're waiting on the interpreter to come. So you go back and sit. And have a seat.
Either Arnold or,
Go back and sit.
I got you.
Okay, we have, is that Darnisha Captain?
My energy, that is very, it's my matter of. Yeah, I've lost contact with this client.
Okay. Bench warrant, 1,000 cash.
Thank you.
Jada, is that Weiks, Weiks, Jaid? Jada? All right, bench warrant, 1,000 cash.
So, Mr. Hippo.
All right, Roland Murray. Roland, are you here? Be here today. There's a bench warrant to recall the warrant. The motion is denied. The bench warrant stands. Then we have Timothy Vale. Timothy Vale. Battery constitutes domestic violence. Let's see. Summons. It was issued to be here or not, so bench warrant $3,000. Then we have Treva Finley. Treva Finley. She was given a release to appear, signed it today, not here. Oh, she's here, oh, come on up. You were given a copy of a criminal complaint charging you with sentencing with the purpose of prostitution. Did you get it?
No, yeah, I got it.
You have it? Any offer in the file?
There is now, so if you can, hold on. So if we can just trail this.
All right, just have a seat back there.
Actually, this
What's
need
the offer?
to staple it.
Did you go your start time, sir?
It wasn't.
Salvino as Vidalis? Salvino Vidalis? Let's see, he's another stuff. Salvino here, you sign this, this is the fee. All right, make it a bench 1,500 cash bail. Yeah, cash bail, that'd be fine. Trevon Thornton. Trevon, come on up.
Good morning.
You've been given a copy of a criminal complaint charging you with a misdemeanor battery. I don't know if the state's seeking jail time or anything on this, because it's a misdemeanor. The statute does not require jail time. Is there any offer in the file?
There's an offer, it's not a, there's no deal for it, it's consumed.
No, yeah. We're just trying to keep it right.
Quick notice.
Okay. All right. You do qualify for the public defender. I'll go ahead for him. All right. Then we have Reyna Gonzalez. Ms. Gonzalez, you were given a copy of a criminal complaint charging you with soliciting for the purpose of prostitution. Has there been any offer made in this?
We do have an offer, Your Honor. It doesn't contemplate a suspended sentence. It's a state adjudication on the prostitution charge, with the only requirement being the meter program and staying out of trouble.
What's your record like?
This appears to be your first local charge.
Nah, I'm not going to get the meter program. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have you do age awareness, one class. If you want to accept the offer, all right? Do plead guilty, hold adjudication of guilt, do age awareness. It's a short class. You do it online, what have you, and stay out of trouble. If so, case will be dismissed. If not, you could be held in contempt. Are you in agreement with that? Okay. So after the charge of soliciting, how do you plead? I didn't hear. Okay, I'll accept your guilty plea to withhold adjudication of guilt and do the age awareness class. And how long is that class? It's online.
It's like a 3-hour class, Your Honor.
3 hours. You can do it online. How about 30 days? Think you done in 30 days? Stay out of trouble in 30 days?
Yes.
Okay. So to be dismissed.
October 2nd at 8 o'clock, and you stay out of trouble.
Yes, stay out of trouble, yeah. That means if you're arrested or cited for any criminal offense, you can be adjudicated guilty and be held in contempt of court. You understand that?
Yes.
All right, Lavelle Solomon.
October 2nd at 8 o'clock.
This is the public defender's
Prosecution.
I think.
Yes.
Thank you.
I have down defendants in federal custody, Judge.
Right, and I think that there's a status check on a different date. Is that?
Let's see. Return a written entry of plea.
Oh, so we might have it on for tomorrow.
This is back in July 18th, and then we still haven't had anything in today's report for this written plea. That's what my notes show.
I showed that it was on a different date. So Mr. Albright said that it originally was supposed to be on for tomorrow, and then his notes had it was crossed out, because we don't have a file.
I think it might have been Mr. Robeson who asked for that change because it was going to be his day, but now he's no longer on the track.
Right.
Yeah, so
I don't.
So
And
anyway,
in Department 8, they have a case, it's on calendar for October 23rd.
Maybe we can set a status check on that page then and find out what's going on, because I don't have a file today.
that's fine with me, or if you want to continue till tomorrow, bring your file and see what happened. If they,
We can just do it through the 23rd of
Okay.
October, and
Okay.
I will check into this.
all right, that's fine, whatever you want.
October 23rd at 8 o'clock.
Then we have Stevens, or that Paul Corey Stevens.
Your Honor. Your Honor, I believe this case is ready for dismissal.
Is what?
Ready to be dismissed.
Okay. Is that right?
I vote yes.
I know you vote, yeah.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, your vote counted.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you,
Have a
Judge.
great day.
Yeah. All right, Deshaun Jenkins. All right, Deshaun, you were back here in May to stay out of trouble, 100 hours of community service or jail time of 6 months.
And
Did you do the community service?
I show that we have a proof of 100 hours of community service from the Las Vegas Justice Court. I just found it on policy list.
Did you stay out of trouble?
He has, Your Honor.
Then the case is closed.
Thank you.
Free to go. Then we have Jeff, is that, Soberner?
Yes, sir.
Motion point. All right, motion granted, you're here.
And Your Honor, we need to have this on one of Ms. Simmons' days, and it looks like the next date she's in this justice court is on September 24th.
And what we're gonna do then?
Set the prelim.
Okay. So we're gonna set the prelim today?
And you were requesting a date?
Yes, September 24th.
Okay.
Okay, is that okay?
September 24th at 9 o'clock.
Okay, you understand that?
Yes,
Make
Your
sure you're here on that day, because if you're not, then a no bill bench warrant is. You understand?
Thank you.
Hold on.
Okay, well, with that, let's take a short recess. What?
That'll be the fourth time he's bench warranted. I didn't know if there was something maybe we could do to make sure he gets back here.
Well, I don't know what else you can do. You know, the next, if it's not here, then there'll be an overall bench warrant. Should have been done the first time. Okay, we'll be in short recess.
Heads up.
Anthony Coleman? Anthony Coleman? Anybody gonna need an interpreter? I'll hook that back up. There, what should be, what's your turn? Who were you? You. Yes, sir.
What would be the amount that we could do this?
I don't want you to do the interviews that way.
Oh,
You're getting a simple battery.
The thing is that it's a 6 month thing, and it's like.
But if you go down and try and show them that you're trying to pay, then you have to fees and you can talk to them. It's supposed to be on a sliding scale. To the simple battery. Right, the simple battery, okay? Yes, Andrew. No, wait. I know, Andrew. What did you do? Somebody else? You, who are you? Daryl. Daryl, yes, sir. I have nothing to do with calculation time.
Also,
I can't tell you, you're in court, I don't have access to a computer or anything, so I can't tell you that, yes. No, you do that in 2 days.
Otherwise, everything is still come up with.
Yeah, you're cool.
No, we're not.
How many people do get out and then end up eating a 20 because of all the.
Remain seated, court is back in session.
Just have to sit down, or I have here, I have a protective order with John Dahl and Richard Ramsey, I think, Christine, Victoria, all the parties. Here's what's going to happen in this. I don't know, we may not get to this until this afternoon. And, because I know this morning, we're not gonna get to it. Yeah.
Your complainant isn't here, Your Honor. Your complainant isn't here on part of it.
Oh, okay. Okay. He's a party here. Requesting a TPO. Well, on case number, all right, just a minute, let me. Okay, now, I have one case, it's case number 18P013336, which, Richard Lindsay, the attorney is, asking for a TPO against, Shelby Collins, Dawes, Jason Dahl, and is that Austin, Purple?
Yes, sir.
All right. He's not here, so that matter will be taken off county. All right? And then you have one of, against, there's a, who's Austin, Noble, all right? You have one against Richard Frenzy and Christine, sorry, who's Christine?
That is his girlfriend.
That's his girlfriend? Well, they were served. No, there was no service in the second one. There was no service on the, no service on both the, adverse parties, so there was no service on the second one. So I have to take that off count.
Well, I received a notice saying that was going to be addressed in this hearing.
You what?
I received a notice saying that that case was going to be.
Please be quiet, whoever's talking. Okay.
I received a notice in the mail saying that was going to be addressed in this hearing. So I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know what that means, but.
Well, I have here, there was no service both adverse parties. In other words, meaning, yeah, it was going to, are you Austin?
I am Austin.
Right. But they were not served, the adverse parties were not properly served, and in the case of 18F1360.
Well, Your Honor, I have 3 small kids, and he's made physical threats, and that's really one of them.
Sir, please listen. They were not served, so I cannot do anything. Okay. So I have to take that off count.
Okay, so if I wanted to pursue it, how do I?
Well, you have to get.
Have a discussion in the hall with them and explain it.
You have to refile. You have to refile and have it reserved.
Okay.
And he has to have you reserved. Well, you're here, but he's not, and he's the one that is requesting the service. But he was all that first party served here. He was served, but he was not here. So I can go ahead and grant. Richard Frenzy, he was served in case number 18P013336. And all your parties were there, but then he's not here to proceed, so that's taken off count. So both cases are taken off calendar and have to be refiled and have to be reserved. Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, now which one is it? Okay, we have, I guess it's John Doe, two John Doe. One's Damian LaDuke and their Langhouse?
Dare Joseph Bamgabos.
Bangabos, right, gotcha.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ashley Sislak on behalf of Mr. Leduc. Your Honor, unfortunately, Mr. Leduc's ride had to take him away. I do have permission to enter into negotiations.
Do what now?
I have permission to enter into negotiations. He was here. He's been here since 8 o'clock. He has a fixed ride that takes him back to Pahrump, so he left. But I have permission to enter negotiations.
Do you have a right to accept it? Wait, I don't understand what you're trying to tell me.
My client left,
I know he left.
so I have permission to enter into the negotiations.
On his behalf.
Yes.
That's what I'm asking. Okay.
That's it.
Okay. And you, Mr. Frizzell?
Your Honor, my client's going to be unconditionally waiving with no negotiations.
Okay. All right. And your client is Mr.
Bamgabos.
Bamgabos. Bamgabos. Okay. All right. Let's do your client first.
All right.
All right. There. You heard these representations. There's no negotiations. You heard these representations. So, are you in full agreement with these representations and in full understanding?
Yes.
Now, you understand now, you do have a right to have a preliminary hearing in the matters now pending before this court. Is it your desire now to waive your right to have a preliminary?
Yes, it is.
Now, you understand now that this will be, once you found over, it should be an unconditional bind over, meaning that once you get to district court, while though there's no negotiations at this time, that you'll be directly going to district court unconditionally to stand trial on the charge of so set forth in your criminal complaint case of 17 F22285, and that's the crime of burglary, possession of document or personal identifying information, and conspiracy to commit perjury, and that you will not come back to this court for a preliminary hearing in those matters. You fully understand?
Yes.
You also understand by agreeing an unconditional waiver, you're waiving your right at this time to have the state to produce what evidence witnesses they have against you. You're waiving your right to cross-examine the state witnesses, challenge their evidence, and you're waiving your right to produce any evidence of witnesses on your own behalf and to testify on your own behalf. So desire at a preliminary hearing only before this court.
Yes, Your Honor.
Then appear in me then from the complainant file herein that crimes have been committed. Those are the crimes of the state, and that the defendant, having unconditionally waiving his right to a preliminary hearing, I hereby over said defendant, the have answered said charges in the 8th Judicial District Court, State of Nevada, and for the county clerk.
And Your Honor, before we get a date, I would ask, he lives in Atlanta, and so coming here or staying here for another week, week and a half or whatnot is going to be a bit of a hardship. Is it possible for us to get an arraignment date, say 45 days or so out?
I don't know.
So we can make arrangements?
I don't know what their rules are. They change them every day.
I've never done it that far out.
45?
Yes, and as long as it's on the record, I'll go ahead and.
Why can't we just, go on the date we have to?
Yeah, and then I'll just go down.
And then go
continue it.
down
That's
and
fine.
ask for a continuance.
That's fine. I'll do
I
that.
think that'd be the best way of doing it.
You want me to put it 2 days out? Instead of I was gonna put it on the 12th.
When are you going back to Atlanta?
Well, we could do it 2 days out because he could stay for a couple of days.
I can do it for September 6th.
That's Thursday.
Yeah. Well,
If you need somebody to cover it, I'll cover it.
It doesn't have to do with coverage, Your Honor. It has to do with a possible global negotiation on both. But let's just go ahead and put it in 2 days. That's fine.
So September 6th at 8 o'clock.
Wouldn't it be at 10?
At 10 o'clock, sorry, yes.
What was the date?
September 6th.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
All right, now we'll go to Damien Leduc.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ashley Slash on behalf of Mr. Leduc. Like we talked about before, I do have permission to enter into the negotiations. Today, Mr. Leduc is unconditionally going to waive his right to a preliminary hearing to plead guilty in district court to one count of conspiracy to commit burglary, at which point he will be placed on informal probation with 50 hours of community service or a $500 fine, carrying 180 days suspended.
Now, I'm going to ask you, as his attorney, I'm sure that you consulted him with the right that he did have a preliminary hearing.
He did.
And he had the right to have the state to call their witnesses, produce their evidence, have a right to cross-examine their witness, challenge their evidence, and produce any evidence of witnesses on his own behalf and testify on his own behalf. I'm sure, did you explain all that to him?
I did, Your Honor.
Okay, and that if he changes his mind in the district court, that he would then go directly to trial and the charges so set forth in a criminal complaint.
I understand, Your
All
Honor.
right, with that understanding, then I will go ahead and unconditionally bind over defendant Damien Leduc on the charges so set forth in criminal complaint case number 17F22285. That's a crime of burglary and possession of personal identifying information of another, and conspiracy to commit burglary, and that you ordered him to stand trial for those charges in the 8th Judicial District Court, State of Adams, for the county clerk.
September 6th at 10 o'clock, district court lower level.
Can we do the out of custody date because he's in front?
Okay, September 12th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm going to call these two individuals together. It's Joshua Oxford, and Renee or Casey Smith. Casey Smith?
Cassie.
Or Cassie Smith, I'm sorry, Cassie Smith. Again, state how long for them to file a criminal complaint? I don't have it.
Sure, I'll just make some brief representations.
Okay.
The state requests that pursuant to NRS 171178, the case be continued until 72 hours after the defendant was arrested, excluding non-judicial days for the filing of a complaint in order to allow the state to collectively receive and review all cases in an orderly and non-discriminatory manner, make an informed charging decision, type a complaint, update the computer system with the charging determinations, prepare statutorily mandated discovery, and distribute the files to the respective team file clerks. I will add that according to the Nevada pretrial risk assessment on the male defendant, he has a previous conviction for child abuse neglect, and that was in 2013, 11 failures to appear, and a previous battery domestic violence. The charges are extremely concerning to the state. When the 3-year-old child was found and shown to the people at the hospital, it was there that the injuries were consistent with child abuse and injuries, noticeable finger marks on the child, burn marks. There was scratches and bruises on both ears above the eyes, hemorrhaging around the eyes, and I guess more concerning to the state is that now we've learned that this child and or another child may have been found deceased. The mother of the child admitted when she was arrested that these injuries occurred while in the custody of the male defendant. That being the case, Your Honor, we would ask for 1 day, and we will have this complaint filed by tomorrow.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Sarah Hawkins out of the Clark County Public Defender's Office, bar number 13143. Just before I address the state's comments, I wanted to say that we can confirm as counsel, I know it's his 48-hour review and not his initial appearance with the criminal complaint, but we can confirm on Mr. Oxford's case Our office will also reach out to Drew Christensen's office to have somebody here for Ms. Smith tomorrow, assuming that this is set on the calendar with a criminal complaint filed tomorrow for her. So I will be speaking at this point just on behalf of Mr. Oxford. There is no criminal complaint in this case, Judge. If the state is asking for preventative detention, I understand that. It looks like bail is set in the amount of $5,000. As long as it doesn't get any higher than that overnight, then I'm not going to object to that at this point. However, I would say for the record that Mr. Oxford has been living in Las Vegas since he was 11 years old. He has family here in the community. These are allegations, and he is presumed innocent until the state meets its burden at trial. The state has made a couple of representations about injuries found on one of these children. And what I will say to that is we've seen no medical records. It's pretty typical for doctors at the hospital to see these and say that they're quote unquote consistent with child abuse. But the fact is we don't know who was with these children. We don't know what the nature and extent of the injuries are other than complete and pure speculation and supposition by the state at this point. Otherwise, they'd have a criminal complaint filed before Your Honor today. So I'm going to ask you to leave the bail at $5,000. Your Honor, if I could respond.
Go ahead.
The defendant was arrested less than 72 hours ago. According to NRS 171-178, we have 72 hours, and in fact, even if it hasn't been filed within that 72 hours, it's under your discretion. And we would ask for bail to be set at $200,000 and not $5,000. This is a person who has been convicted previously of endangering and abusing a child, and now under his care there are allegations that a child has died. These are extremely serious allegations, ones of which hold decades in prison. One more night in prison or in jail is not prejudicial at this point, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, I didn't object to giving the state an additional day. There's just no legal basis to increase Mr. Oxford's bail right now.
Let me put it this way. I consider this a very, very serious matter. So I did review all the affidavits, the police reports, and for you, Cassie, right? I found probable cause for your arrest by the police department. And for you, Joshua, I also found probable cause for you, for the rest of you, based on the police affidavit. Now, I consider the charges serious, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, this time, and that may be changed tomorrow, but right this time, I'm going to set bail at $100,000 in each defendant. And we'll continue this until tomorrow for you to file a criminal complaint.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, if the criminal complaint is not filed by tomorrow, I have no alternative but to release it. You understand that?
Agreed.
So we'll go ahead and continue this until tomorrow at 8 o'clock or 8:15 and 8 o'clock, and for the criminal complaints to be filed. But right now, each will be held under $100,000 bail. Okay. All right, we have Vincent Costello. Now, Vincent Costello, I reviewed the affidavit.